Good afternoon. I'm Terry Alderton, Business Manager for Foundation Education, Language Studies and Health Support. Hope everyone out there is going well. Today I'm going to have a chat about our foundation studies and our language studies. So we have some courses for students with special needs, being the Work Ed Certificate 1 and the Transition Ed Certificate 1 being a couple. This year, due to COVID-19, we've had to make a few changes to how we deliver Work Ed and Transition Ed. So what we've done is we've come up with what we call a Foundation Job Ready program. So the Job Ready program will get our students ready to enter the workforce, but rather than it being over the normal 1 year, if it were just Work Ed, we've actually combined the two courses into a 2-year program. So what that does is it allows the students a full year of preparation before they start heading out into work experience and placement. We've found in the past that sometimes students do take longer than the 1 year to get ready, so we've thought this was a real opportunity with COVID-19 restrictions and very hard to get students out on work placement. So it's given us the opportunity to redesign and reinvent the program, and we've actually shared it with our peak group in Melbourne, and they're very excited. They think it's a great idea, and there's probably a few institutes going to copy our model. So if you know anyone out there, any students from a specialist school or students from special needs classes, we have the opportunities here to really help them progress and get into the workforce eventually, and that's our goals. We're also adding a Work Education 2, Certificate 2, which will be for those students who go through our Job Ready program and then are looking to just do some more advanced training in that area. So they're more ready for that, to enter into the workforce and probably really extend them a little more as well in that work ed space. So we haven't run that before. It's a brand new course and it will be ready to go at the start of 2021. So we're pretty excited about that. A couple of other courses we have in that special needs area is the Certificate 1 in Initial Literacy and Numeracy, and we also have the course in Initial Literacy and Numeracy. Again, for students with special needs who just want to be challenging themselves in that literacy and numeracy area, we've actually had a partnership running with the Christie Centre over the last 2 years and delivering this down on site at the Christie Centre. And it's turned out to be really successful as well. Plus we also deliver here on campus for any students who may not be Christie Centre participants, or they may be just wanting to enrol under their own steam and not through an agency. So a lot of the students we work with are putting this into their NDIS plan, as far as not so much the course fees or anything, but any equipment or any transport or supports they need to be able to undertake these courses, we can actually help them get this done through their NDIS. They put in their plan and it becomes all part of sort of one big package. And we work closely with the employment agencies that work with students with special needs or people with special needs. So again, lots of options out there. I'll move on to our VCAL Foundation, Intermediate and Senior we deliver. So basically with VCAL, it's the alternative to VCE for those who don't know, where a student might not fit into that school environment anymore, and for lots of reasons. Can be personal reasons, can be bullying, can be just don't seem to fit in. A lot of social issues in schools, as we all know. Students can do a VCAL program, and basically the foundation year is the equivalent to year 10. The intermediate year is the equivalent to year 11, and the senior year is equivalent to year 12. And the VCAL, once they get their year 12 VCAL certificate, well then it opens up scope to look at exploring university options or traineeships or whatever. But even at a year 10 even at a foundation or intermediate level, students do often pick up work because there are work experience and work placements within that course as well. So it's a pretty popular course, and lots of students who just want that alternative from the school setting and aren't at that possible VCE or not comfortable with that VCE environment. That's the alternative for them. We take students from 16 years and onwards. So for students ready, thinking they're wanting to leave school, I guess in their, just prior to them turning 16, they could start making an inquiry with us. We have an early school leaver authority we have to go through the education department, and that gives students the alternative to explore other options. Not encouraging anyone to leave school, but we're encouraging everyone to keep studying. So if school's not for you, please come and explore what Sunny TAFE can offer as far as the VCAL option goes. We've also in the past run a general education program, certificates in general education, 1, 2 and 3. At the moment, we're not running this. We haven't had a huge demand, and free TAFE is, this is not on the free TAFE list, so it's possibly directed people away from this course, but it's always there. And if we get enough inquiry, we'll put it on again. And it's really for anybody from about 16 up to 80, 90 years old. There's really no limit, who wants to just improve their literacy and numeracy skills. Could be for personal reasons, could be for work reasons, could be just lifestyle, could be for your hobby, any reason at all. So if we do get enough inquiry around the general education, we'd be more than happy to explore running that again. And the last 2 courses I'll talk about are our language courses. So the first one is a ALACOS, it's called, which is a course teaching international students who want to learn English. So they come to Australia, possibly, depends what level and how many years, but they get the appropriate visas, and they could be here for a year, 2 years, 3 years, work closely with our international department and get supported. And we run ALACOS classes to teach these, they become our students, teach these students how to speak English. So it's pretty popular, obviously, with COVID-19 and the restrictions on travel and everything we're going through as a crazy society at the moment. This has quietened down quite a bit, but once we get back into full swing again, I think that the borders will open and we'll start picking up students for this course again. The other English language course we run is certificates in spoken and written English. And I'm just reading there's a preliminary level, a certificate 1 level, a certificate 2 level, and a certificate 3 level. And usually if a student progresses through those, or they might come in at a Cert 1 level, just depends where they're at anyway. Once they exit out of a Cert 3 level, students have quite a bit of success, will move into another course, say into individual support or childcare, or a Cert 3 or 4 in a mainstream course. So the idea of the spoken and written English is to teach students how to obviously speak English, but also to read, to write, and to be able to successfully move on and go through into other courses for that. Again, with that one, students have usually got to have a residency right, so they've got to actually have a right to be here. A good gauge is does the person who's looking at the course, or someone you may know that want to do the course, do they have a green Medicare card? There are other exceptions to that, but that's just a bit of a rule of thumb that we look for as soon as someone starts inquiring. There will be other students who have different sorts of visas, which will also make them eligible for a funded position. So the spoken and written English is funded through the government, like most of our other courses at TAFE, if you're eligible for your concession, or if you're eligible for concession or some sort of discount. So I have a question, are these programs in Swan Hill as well? Spoken and written English is in Swan Hill, yes. ALACOS, no, I don't believe is in Swan Hill. VCAL is not in Swan Hill yet, but I know that the manager in Swan Hill is keen to look at getting a VCAL program up and running. General education is, yes, in Swan Hill to a certain extent. I'm not sure whether all levels are delivered, but I know it is in there. and the courses for special needs are also in Swan Hill. So maybe not all of them, but it depends on the numbers and how many inquiries. Teacher there is Tracy Wareham, and Tracy does a great job with the students in the special needs area. So that's about it from me. Short and sweet. Good luck with everyone with your studies. Cheers.